Hey everyone, thanks for joining BDR Best Practices Episode 2. On the first episode, Scott and I shared some tips and ways to use e-gifting in your outreach. Today we're going to talk about incorporating video in your outreach. We feel that video is an extremely underrated tool. Not a lot of people are using it. And maybe that's because A, they're not confident in sending a video, or B, they don't really know how to do it. So hopefully by the end of this, we'll cover both of those topics and you'll be on your way and send in videos. With that, I'm going to throw it across the pond to Scott.
Nice. So just to dive straight into it with the first kind of example, and I think this tip applies to every channel that you use within your outreach, is just to be yourself and be human. Whether it's a call or an email, you need to put your personality into it. So I find one of the best ways I do that is just to make a joke, like start it off on a light note. Have some music playing, take the piss out of myself a little bit, or make a joke about current affairs, whatever it is. Have a bit of a laugh with it. And then if you do make mistakes, like I'm just fumbling through my sentences now, just carry on. I think people appreciate the human element to things, and it doesn't have to be like a Spielberg production. I think people's production standards have definitely lowered in recent years because of the frequent way we're all using video on our phones and over Zoom and that type of thing. So just be yourself and try and find something that's going to resonate with you. And the example there shows people appreciate that.
You a big Spielberg guy, Scott?
I don't know, kind of like Jaws.
I take you as an E.T. fan, but I respect Jaws.
I don't know.
So again, right, the most important part of the video is actually the content inside of it. But if it doesn't get open, the content could be great, the content could be trash. It doesn't really matter. Some tips to make sure you get it open: start out with their LinkedIn page that shows their profile. Everyone loves themselves. I love myself. If I see a picture of me on the computer screen, immediately catches my attention. Your prospect has a big webinar coming up, start with the webinar, right? That's important to them. That's going to grab their attention. And again, just like an email, the subject line's huge. Put something that's going to grab their attention. Things that they care about, and it's going to make them open that email. Now, the actual email body itself, you don't want to go too hard on this. Think about it when you look at a book, right? You pick up a book, you're thinking if you're going to read it, you read the back cover. Oh, that's a pretty cool back cover. Let me see what's inside the book. Same thing with, the email body when you're sending a video. Think about it as the appetizer to the actual meal. Give them a reason to click on the video, but don't go too hard on it. Also, make sure you mention, hey, it's a quick video. Hey, it's a 1 minute and 32-second video. Prospects have commitment issues. Let them know it's short. It'll help you get open, I swear.
Have you got commitment issues, Jim?
I do, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh dear. So one thing I think video is really great for is, creating some excitement within a team, right? So show them a key moment that kind of encapsulates the value that the offering that you have can visually demonstrate, right? So at Reach Desk, the moment that we send is the seamless ability to send direct mail. So during the video while we're talking, we'll carry out a send using the Reach Desk tool so that they can visualize that during that short, 90-second clip. And that, creates a buzz. It makes it shareable. People want to share their teams. You can see on the thing, 38 opens, 22 opens. And people can, very clearly see the value that we're able to offer. But of course, off the back of that, it's important to still have that call to action, right? You still need to say, hey, if you're interested to see how this could work for you, make sure to drop me a line and whatever it might be. But one thing that's important is to make that CTA consistent with the personality and the kind of vibe that you put across in the video with your personality.
Solid points, Scott. I can't stop thinking about my commitment issues now. So yeah, these videos take a lot of time, right? I mean, you're personalizing each one of them. You're talking to that person. You're pulling up their LinkedIn. You're showing you did your homework. But the truth is, you don't have enough time to make a personalized one for every single one of your prospects. Here at Reach Desk, we go after 4 or 5 personas, whether in marketing or sales. Because of that, I have 4 or 5 canned videos, so to speak, that just speak to that certain persona. That way, if I haven't been getting opens from this prospect, I can just send them the persona-based message. So make each one count. And get a gimmick as well, right? You see my mustache there? Everyone was talking to me about my mustache. I knew that when I sent the video. Prospects, they'd obviously see it. Why not call it out, right? It was a great way to, humanize my outreach and show that I have a sense of humor. If you're a good artist, draw something on a whiteboard and show it on the camera. If you can sing, grab your guitar, incorporate the guitar. Again, do different things that are just going to humanize your outreach. Not all of us can, look at Scott. That guy's never grown an inch of facial hair in his life.
I'm not even close.
So he can incorporate that in the video.
I can't help but think as you're talking, this looks like a before and after of you going sober, Jim. You look like a changed man.
I feel good. I feel great.
So finally, I think, you know, I just wanted to kind of summarize it by saying, you know, that it's all well and good, you know, with all these top tips and ways to improve your videos once they're going, but you need to start somewhere, right? And it feels awkward at the start. You know, you're filming yourself, you're sat there talking to a camera, you know, it feels awkward and you don't know if they're going to be any good. You don't know if you're going to get results, but until you try it a first couple of times, then you never know. So send it to a couple colleagues, send it to a couple friends, family, whatever you want, and just get the ball rolling. I've got a blooper here as well, just to incorporate.
Hey, Lucille, hope you put...
And you're going to end up with a highlight reel just of bloopers filled like that, where you completely mess it up. And at the start, I said try and carry on. Maybe if it's the first word of the video, it might be time to pull a plug on it. But overall, you know, really just give video a go. I think as a BDR, it really does differentiate yourself. You know, people definitely appreciate it when you tie it in with e-gifts. I know this was the previous video, you know, that having them two in tandem is really powerful. So just give it a go. Maybe A/B test it with a couple of cadences you've got at the moment. It's just a great way to actually enjoy your outreach because you really feel part of it instead of it just being, you know, a cadence that your manager's written. So give it a go and yeah, and see if you can get some results.
Thanks for tuning in. With that, he's Scott. I'm Jimmy. Until next time.
Until next time.
The commitment issues thing, that had me rattled. But I love that you dropped that. I love it.
That's funny.